Hello everybody, how you doing? Thanks for coming around. I appreciate it. Lordy, is it hot? Sure it is. It's July 2nd, 2020. 7:18, thereabouts? Yes, 7:18 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Whoa, oh man, things are just a whirl. All the stuff that's been going on. Can you imagine, man? The president allowing there to be a bounty out on our soldiers in Afghanistan. That's awful. He's just a dirty, rotten cuss. Just all there is to it. That, hopefully, things will improve. Hopefully this is the trough between the waves and we will be going up and be surfing on the slope again. Anyway, I just thought I would, shuffle the cards a couple of times, and I was kind of curious. I'm wondering, different ones, some of the other readers, they keep pinging on the fact that Trump is going to leave before the election, but why or when is kind of iffy still. And so I'm wondering if maybe he's gonna come down with COVID-19 and as a result of illness have to abandon the presidency. So, let's see what we can find out. Let's entertain ourselves with reading the winds of fate and seeing what Trump has in store in regards to catching COVID-19. Alright. Yeah. See what I can do here. I put out a 3-card spread. And seeing what we can find out here. So, with the cards laid out, and since it's summertime and I have a fan going, I have my numerology set helping me out here, and so I'm holding the cards down with some of my dice, and it always adds an interesting angle to the reading, what kind of numbers show up. Will Trump become ill with COVID-19? And hence have to abandon the presidency. Okay, let me pull these Runestone. Interesting. And see what we're going to find out. Okay. For the card representing his attitude and frame of mind coming into this situation, we have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands indicates strife and cares, gossip. And the dice holding this card down has the number 2 showing. I'm not going to try and get these things to focus on the dice. There's just not enough light happening in here. And so, cares and worries times 2. He does not sleep peaceably at night. He's always trying to stay a step ahead of the scam. He's running the scam. He's always trying to stay a step ahead. And after a while, it wearies Anya. And this is paired up with Dagas. Dagas is the division of day and night. The balance between the two energy halves of existence, keeping things in balance. And so he's been trying to, like I say, trying to stay ahead of getting caught. And it's been like trying to keep his balance running across a tightrope. Or he's trying to escape the police by balancing on the top of a fence, of a wooden fence, running away, trying to get away from the police, doing some parkouring. Trump parkouring. Right. Anyway, his present situation, okay, yeah. He's caught it. He's caught it. 4 swords. We see the guy laying down there. He could be dead or unconscious or asleep. And the swords are hanging over him, fixing to run him through, just like the 3 swords have run him through the heart in the 3 of swords. Here he is, weakened, vulnerable. He's got it. He's caught it. That virus is stabbed right into him. And even though it's not going to be pleasant for him, it's helping him to establish an excuse for in case he decides to cut and run. This gives him an out, a back door. And this is paired up with the rune stone Yarra. Yarra represents the flail that you use during harvest. It stands for the turning of the seasons, the turning of the year. And so, for me, it brings to mind that quotation from Ecclesiastes where it says, "For everything there is a time and a season." I don't remember the rest of it. It's a beautiful quotation, and that's Yarra right there. There's a season and a time for everything, and Trump's time is up. Inevitable turning the grind wheel of the universe. You can't stop it. And we are just grains between the stones of time and inertia, here to spark out our sparks of creativity and beauty. But he's done for. Kaput's over. And the outcome, and the dice paired up with this is also a 4, reinforcing the 4-ness of this 4 of swords, which means everything is set in stone. And this means set in stone, engraved in the hardest substance known in the universe, and there is no changing it. And so, in the final outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is basically an apprentice, a messenger, trying to get established in a craft guild. And so he is simply Putin's messenger. And he's been doing it for business contracts, promises, money, anything that he feels like is important towards getting ahead his way. And so I think that the COVID-19 is going to give him an excuse to flee the presidency. And the way he's going to do this is he's going to establish his roots. Because here's the runestone, Uruz. Uruz stands for the wild ox. A very huge, strong, magnificent animal, very rooted to the earth. The energy flow here comes up one stem of Uru, bends back down, and returns to the earth. It's like the arcs of the corona arcs on the sun that you see on photographs of the sun. So he's in a loop. This is all he knows how to do, is to wheel and deal and cheat and steal. And so he's going to run to Russia. He's going to get COVID-19. He's going to say, I can't handle this no more. He's going to hop on a plane. And when he gets off again, he's going to be in St. Petersburg, Russia. And this is paired up with the number 70 on this dice here. And so 70% chance of it being that way? Who knows? We're just trying to see what the winds of fate are whispering. So, at any rate, so he's going to get COVID-19 if he doesn't already have it from all the rallies and such he's been doing. Because it's true that he's been keeping social distancing on the stage. However, he's got 2,000-3,000 people in front of him, all facing his way, yelling. And I say it could have an accumulative type effect and make this big cloud of moist particles kind of wafting in his direction with the help of the air conditioning that's wafting the air around. Because, on the good Lord, Arizona in late June, early July, you know that air conditioner is going to be cranked up and happening. And so the particulates, the moisture from the crowd just kind of wafted in his direction, because he was up there thinking that he was okay and safe because he was keeping social distancing from everybody, and so I don't have to wear a mask. I ain't going to wear a mask. I don't want to. Just like the spoiled brat he is, rich man's son, been pandered to all of his life. He's never ever had to learn how to look at something from someone else's point of view. That's just too much effort, too much trouble. To him, it's always a numbers game. Always comes down to the nitty gritty. It's a zero-sum game. It either is or it ain't. And so now the fates, the universe has said, okay, if that's the way you want it, fine. Plan. You either have COVID-19 or you don't. And 70% chance we're going to roll it that you're going to be able to catch it from those situations because of the moisture being wafted around by the air conditioning. Because they do add moisture to the air conditioning to make the coolness feel cooler because it's so dry out there. That's why they do those mister fans out there where people were waiting in line. All those things feel marvelous. So he has it, and with that Four of Swords, it's going to be a case that's going to affect him. It's going to affect him pretty severely because some of the cases have been mild and some have been severe. And for him, it's going to be severe, and it's going to involve sharp pangs in the guts, like up under his ribs, like sharp gas pains, but much worse. And he's going to be miserable. He's going to be cranky. He's going to be not using good judgment on things, and you're going, like, he's been using good judgment so far? No, it's like what he's been doing up to now is what passes for good judgment for him, and he's fixing to swing into the territory of what passes for bad judgment for him. Hunker down, folks. Just hunker down and just let it blow over. That's all we can do. And I'm thinking that it will eventually get bad enough that if he doesn't step down voluntarily, he'll be urged to do so by those around him, like the way Nixon was. Because even though he has trashed the presidency and stomped it into the ground all over the place, they don't want to do any more damage to the presidency. They're already in repair mode. Let's see what we can do to repair the presidency and to repair America's standing in the world with the damage that this man has done internationally for our country. And so, now it could be that ironically on down the road, we'll look back, say 70 years down the road, people will look back and they will see that some good things came out of this that were sparked by this. But right now, going through this transition and going through this dreadfulness of having someone like Donald Trump in charge, we're in the crucible right now. But we volunteered to come here at this time, and so we are strong spirits. We are spirit warriors, and we're here to help existence come through good and clean and fine and beautiful. And right now we're at the crucible, and it's up to us to keep focusing on positive energy and on the best outcome that there can be for us, and do what we can to help actuate that outcome. And most short term that I can see, that would be to do what you can towards getting Joe Biden elected president in 2020. He was not who I supported during the primaries. I'm a Bernie Sanders girl, and my second choice was Elizabeth Warren. But he's a lot more decent human being than Donald Trump is, and he'd be a humongo improvement over what we currently have. And we can't take 4 more years of this. We just can't. I just can't see how the United States can survive 4 more years of this balderdash. And so we need to make a change. And so get out and vote, everybody. Get out and vote. And help get everyone around you out and vote the best you can. Now, I'm in a deep ruby red state. But, so this is my way of trying to help out. I'm doing it like this. Get out and vote, everybody. Because everybody around here is going to be voting the wrong way. We gotta undo that by voting for Joe Biden. So, anyway, thank you for coming round. I really appreciate it. And appreciate you coming around and sharing some time with me. And meanwhile, do me a favor. I want you to stay safe. Be well. Peace.